Barron, and I'm going live with the update I promised a little bit earlier. Sorry, I'm trying to stick to a regular schedule. I'm still suffering from the results of the concussion. Nothing really as far as progress on Ken's case with the government. Still, he is being withheld contact from the outside world. His PIN number is not working. His commissary is not being made available to him, so he doesn't have access to either phone calls or writing materials, and he does not have sufficient food to supplement what he cannot eat from the prison diet. 2 weeks ago, I started requesting that the Department of Corrections provide him with a completed HIPAA-compliant medical release form so that I can request his records not only from the Department of Corrections to monitor his ongoing status, but also from his other medical providers as part of any pro se motions that we happen to file later on. That request, even though it's been made several times in writing, has been consistently ignored. Okay, I'm sorry. This one is Boom Kitty. This is Ken's kitten. So he wants to say hi and help me bring his daddy home. Kind of getting attacked by kitten kisses all day today. Anyway, so once I get that, I can force the Department of Corrections to provide me with his medical record. Now, they're probably going to charge me an arm and a leg, but I'll find a way to pay for it. So, once again, I'm still reaching out to the governor on a daily basis, asking him to intervene, and he consistently refuses. Sorry for the cutoff last night on the video, but I had a real weird day. I just woke up. I'd been praying for discernment, praying for the ability to find the words to get my message across most effectively. And I woke up yesterday and my mouth was like on autopilot, like the Energizer Bunny. I could not shut up. And then when my phone went dead, I checked my blood pressure. It was really high. So we ate dinner and I went to sleep and I didn't get back on. So I'm still getting bugged by code enforcement, $200 a day fines for stuff that's just absolutely ridiculous that exists on houses all up and down my neighborhood. So now they're trying to get me to call them, and I've told them I just don't have time to call and deal with your harassment right now. So next week I'm going to try to get the truck over to get the registration on it, get someone to drive it for me, because otherwise they're going to take Ken's truck away from him, and that truck is his pride and joy. If he loses the Hemi, he'll be sorely disappointed. So this morning I came up with an idea, and because Ken is such an avid fisherman, because we had a fisherman-related business, and also because every time we went fishing, which was every chance he got, he would share his tackle with people. He would give them bait. He would teach them how to fish. So if there was a young man who was trying to impress his girlfriend by catching the big one, or just somebody that was out there learning to love the water, they had a better experience because of Ken. So I created an event on Facebook, which is Save Ken Fishing Boycott, and what I asked people to do was, on Labor Day weekend, which is upcoming, take your tourism and fishing dollars and spend them anywhere outside of the state of Delaware as a means of showing the governor of Delaware that you care about what happens to its citizens. You don't want them railroaded into jail like Ken was, and you want the problems in the criminal justice system fixed. So I did that. I invited Governor Carney, but unfortunately, guess what? About 10 hours after I invited the governor, DNREC, which is the Delaware National Resource Department, issued an advisory. It seems that those wildlife have been pooping like crazy this week. Our rivers and streams are full of wildlife poop. So there's, a water advisory, and people were advised to stay away from the water. So I guess I picked the wrong weekend there, and I apologize. But still, if you click on it, maybe the number of clicks that we get, even though you're not supposed to go there anyway, will have an impact. Today, I got my Ken Flaw t-shirt, so I'll be starting to wear that out and about. I also got a call from my public defender, Andrew Meyer, and my court date is Monday, courtroom 5D. If anyone wants to show up and give me moral support, that would be appreciated. He asked my permission to ask the prosecutor to drop the felony hate crime charges against me. And I told him that I will not accept a plea. I am looking forward to go to trial to share the story of what's gone on. Um, they're not going to force me into jail because I am not brain damaged like my husband. He said that's not going to happen, but dropping the felony charges will then lead to later negotiations on dropping the misdemeanor charges down the road. So I really didn't have time to talk to him because I was getting the forms ready for Ken and trying to get to the post office before they closed. So we'll see him Monday, and I'll give you an update on my situation then. I have a friend who's had a serious stomach upset, and I was in the store today and I was looking for stomach products for him. And what I'm really afraid of is in Delaware, Maalox has flown off the shelves. Now, you might ask, why am I telling you this? I don't have a stomach ache. Well, Maalox is a street thing where if you're hit by tear gas, you mix half liquid Maalox and half water, and I posted a link to that on my Facebook page. And you can use it to eliminate the effects of tear gas on your mucous membranes, like your eyes, ears, mouth, nose, genitals. So the fact that all of a sudden Maalox has disappeared from the Wilmington area really concerns me. So be careful out there, folks. I think something's planned. Be on your alert. I was attacked. You can be attacked. So I'm sure that somehow they're just waiting to trigger a problem. Let's see, what else? So, yeah, I told you I did get my shirt. I also have spoken to multiple news media today. I've spoken to members of the conservative press. The conventional media doesn't want to talk to me, so I'm going to the alternative. Except for, I did speak to the fellow that wrote the news article journal that I read to you last night on how four Wilmington bank executives are under trial right now, based on the prosecution lying to the grand jury, which is also what happened in Ken's case. And I'm in the process of providing him and the other reporters that have requested it links to documents. So it looks like we're going to get some national attention soon, and to me that's really encouraging. Trying to set up another appointment for next week. I think the rule of only one visit per week, especially when you have someone that's not getting the medical treatment they need, is not right. I've gone out there and I was wondering if the reason why Ken can't get commissary or access to PIN is because I put it into the wrong account on the Connect Network site. So they have different accounts. They have one to where they can use the phone to call out. That one has money on it. They have the trust fund, which is specific to the commissary, and then they have the PIN account. And with the PIN account, I'm not sure what it does, but apparently it's a debit account for the inmates. So I thought maybe we weren't able to talk because I hadn't put money on there to activate it. But when I looked and I copied his inmate number directly from the website search return, they're telling me that he's not found. So intentionally, his PIN that allows him contact with the outside world has not been activated. Not much more to say. I'm still fighting for our brother, our cousin, our nephew, my husband, the man that we all love, the man that we all stand behind, as well as the rights of other innocent people that are being railroaded in Delaware. So, looks like we're maybe starting to get a little bit of pressure out there. People are starting to not listen to the party line, which is good. Starting to see a lot more support in posts for social media. I did have a friend call me this week because they had something come up that they would have thought was completely worth cooperating with and not be worried about prior to reading my post.